Paltrocast.
Besides having to do press, good day for you so far?
Great day. And, I actually do enjoy doing press. It's a fun time. I don't really get the chance to do that many things, so I'm always just excited to do it. Yeah.
Sometimes people don't like doing press because they say, hey, I want my art to speak for itself. I don't want to have to answer inspiration-oriented questions. Not you.
Not me. No, I sometimes I'll be like, maybe I'm not going to talk about this one song because it's too personal or whatever. But I mean, I understand curiosity, and as an avid music enjoyer myself, I definitely share that curiosity for a lot of my favorite artists. So.
For sure. Well, congratulations on recently graduating. Your album came out while you were still in school, correct?
Yeah, well, I actually technically am still in school. My graduation is June 27th. So I am, in the home stretch of senior year, just like barely in school, trying my best to stay there. But yeah, it's been kind of a whirlwind having the album release at this time because, it really feels like something's ending, but another thing's beginning. So it's cool.
So you made New Disaster while going to school. I mean, that's a lot different than working at the Gap like I did when I went to high school, or having a paper route or something like that. Not a bad side hustle that you had going.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was such a cool experience being able to, because I started releasing my own music my first year of high school. And so It was just like, to me, this album is really a culmination of all those years of high school and how I've grown as an artist. And yeah, it's been really cool because I've also been interested in sports and stuff. And to me, music has always just been a really fun thing that I love. And the fact that now I've been able to, release an album and go on tour and do things that real artists do, it kind of makes me feel well, obviously, I'm not saying I'm not a real artist, but just it feels weird because obviously I am still in school and still growing up. But yeah, it's just, I'm really, really proud of how far this really passion of mine has gone.
This is a compliment. There's not going to be a but tagged in. This is a compliment. Every song on News Disaster sounds like a hit. Every song sounds like a single. It has a chorus that you remember, a hook before the chorus. Too many damn hooks. How many songs did you write in order to come up with this final track listing on the album?
Well, there were 13 songs final. I want to say we scrapped 5 songs along the way. So not too many. I know a lot of people are I wrote 30 songs for an album, but yeah. I think it's a bit different for me, especially because I'm in school. And so anytime I start even an idea that I'm not 100% involved with and this is the one, I'm kind of let's just move on. And I'm really my producer Ryan will tell you, I am very decisive. I'm over it. Let's move on. This is clearly not going anywhere. And so, yeah, there were a few songs that I finished all the way through because I felt maybe they could work, but didn't end up making the cut. But yeah, for the most part, I think I just only really finished the ones that I felt were going somewhere. And so I think that's why I ended up with that kind of pretty small number of cut songs. But yeah.
And some of the songs were written with Lolo, who another great artist. I've been a fan of her for years now, and it's been interesting to see Lolo change sounds over the years, where she can write something for theater and she could do pop punk and all that. Pop punk, do you like people referring to your music as being pop punk or throwback?
Yeah, I'm into whatever. I think for me, I'll always love, for the most part, the pop aspect of music. Pop punk. Of pop punk, I'm really I feel I am the pop, and I think what I really love about the pop punk aspect is definitely the guitars and how much, especially in today's day and age, I really love real instruments. And so to me, I'm always just I want real instruments. I've got a lot of angst because I'm a teenager, and I love those, like you said, those catchy hooks, and that's to me my favorite part about writing music. And so I think somehow I didn't set out being I want to write a pop punk album and I want to shift my genre here. I kind of just was in a very experimental phase where I was releasing a few singles. Some of them were more early 2000s pop kind of thing. And then I think I wrote the song Dirty Lipstick, and I just remember it being my favorite song to perform, my favorite song to listen back to. And I was ooh, this one has some grit to it, some pop punk aspects. And so I was okay, I kind of want to try this sound as the vision board for the album. And that's how I found my way there. But yeah, to me, I think just music is music, and however you can like find your space in music, whether it fits in one genre or another, is always fun.
So I have a generalization question for you.
Mhm.
Canada keeps leading the way on pop punk. Why is
Wow.
that? Any idea?
Well, I think we have Avril Lavigne. Let's be real. Like Avril Lavigne,
Avril,
growing up,
Fifi Dobson.
like so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think we just like when pop punk was the biggest thing. In the early 2000s, we were there, and we kind of like obviously we have those amazing artists, and because of Canadian radio and the great way that Canadians support each other through music, I think like I grew up listening to like Stuttering on the radio every 5 seconds, and like it's still my favorite song. Like I think that that kind of angsty music was just really popular in Canada, and I think people like me, I know when I'm 17, and so when I was like 5 to 10 and like radio, you still listen to radio, I would always hear these Canadian artists on radio. And so I think maybe now that new wave of artists is coming back in because we just kept listening to those really talented people, and we're trying to throw it back a little bit.
Last Canada question for you, and this is putting you on the spot here, but I'm in September. I'm going out to Fredericton to cover
Ooh.
the Harvest Music Festival. Is that a festival or a province or a city or an area that you're all familiar with, Fredericton?
I've never heard of the festival, but Fredericton, okay, let me just really brush up on my facts for 1 second. Fredericton
I
is
put you on the
in
spot, so credit to you for
Newfoundland,
knowing it.
right? Yes,
Yeah.
Fredericton. Okay, so yeah, my cousins who live in Edmonton, my mom's sister, my mom's side of the family, they actually had a cabin there. So I've been there one time, loved it. They have beautiful lakes. I think they're just a bit outside of Fredericton, but yeah, no, I mean, people in the Maritimes are really nice, I think, at least in my experience. So I think you'll have a good time.
So for you, the high school graduation is pretty much around the corner right here, and the album's been out for a few weeks now. What does the future look like? Do you have summer touring plans?
Right now, I don't have anything concrete. I'm in a few, like, little back end speaky talking about it type thing. But yeah, I'm not, unfortunately, don't have anything planned yet. But right now, I'm just in the process of like trying my best to put my album out there, especially through social media. So I've been trying to, do a few like TikTok trends, trying to like make my song a thing, like, the classic new age promotion. And, just also some organic stuff, just emailing everybody I know, basically, going out to people, like everyone I see at school. I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, I did this if you want to listen to it. But yeah, I mean, touring is my favorite thing. So I really hope that I get something going in summer, and if not, after then. But yeah.
Are we allowed to know who's in your band for future touring?
Well, yes. I mean, some of the people who I've toured with. I mean, everyone I've toured with, I've loved touring with. Right now, my drummer Ricky. I mean, he's always. I mean, my first pick. He's so talented. He's been on every single tour I've ever been on. So I mean, if he's available, he will be there. I love him. Sure. Recently, I've gone to work with Jordan here, who is a guitarist and really great. But he is on a lot of big tours right now. So, if I can snatch him, I will, but you never know. I mean, I think there's just so much, like, since COVID, like, I went on a tour in November 2021. So it was like pretty much the first few kind of touring areas after COVID. And there were like 3 people on tour, I swear, like in total. Whereas like now, like, I mean, everyone's on tour. Taylor Swift's on tour, Beyonce's on tour, like every big name, as well as so many small artists, like everyone's on tour. So, I mean, I hope that I can go with my same people, but you never know. And, there's a lot of great musicians out there. So.
And having this new album done and out, are you already starting to think about the next album?
Yes, I was in the studio yesterday, actually. Well, I wasn't writing for me. I was writing for another Canadian artist, actually, just back on Canada. And so that was really fun, getting to just like get my creative juices flowing again in the studio. But yeah, I'm already kind of thinking, what drama am I going to cause for myself to really get this new album feeling fresh.
So it sounds like you just have to keep following Victoria Anthony on social media to find out when the touring is going to happen.
Okay, you are onto it. Yes, I mean, Vic Anthony Music. Check me out on Instagram. Put all the things there first. So yeah.
Well, two quick questions and then I'll let you go. And the first one is, what was your first concert that you went to as a fan?
Ooh, I think it was Alicia Keys when I was 2 years old. So like very early on, I've always loved music, and my mom, I mean, she's just the best, and she always wanted us to just really be able to thrive in whatever we do, and so she always heard me on my little like iPod shuffle or something, whatever the technology was when I was 2, so 2007 or something. But yeah, iPhone shuffle. I listened to No One by Alicia Keys, my absolute favorite song as a child. I would just sing it, and she took me out. I remember she had to leave. She had to take me out like halfway through the show because I fell asleep, which, you know, oops. But yeah, that was a great one. And then I think maybe one of my first ones when I was like actually like able to remember was the Speak Now World Tour.
Oh.
Swift, best show of my life. I wish I could relive it because I was only like 6, but like that would be my dream right now to see that.
Got it. This is not the last question, but taking a song like No One by Alicia Keys, maybe the most deceptively hard karaoke song there is.
So hard.
Yeah.
So hard. And what's even worse is like when I was younger, like, and I was still like, because like now I would consider myself maybe an alto, I don't know, but like when I was still like a little baby voice, like I like basically cemented Girl on Fire as my karaoke song. Absolute biggest thing in my life. Like now everyone expects me to sing it, and I'm like, guys, like I need like 3 warm-ups, like the best vocal day of my life to be able to like do well on that song. So I'm gonna have to pass. But I love, like, it was the best time when I could just nail that.
Got it. Yeah, that the lesson learned. Alicia Keys, hard to sing.
No,
Easy to
never
sing along
never
to in
try.
your car. Hard to sing at karaoke.
Never ever compare. Never try and compete with Alicia Keys. Biggest mistake of your life, I can assure you.
And then the last question for you. Every time my wife and I go, we're going to watch a TV show. We watch it in like 3 days, 4 days, and we go, what's next? Well, what do you think we should be watching? Do you have a recommendation or two?
Ooh, okay. I have so many like favorite TV shows, and what like during COVID, like I became like a television fanatic. Like I've watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine like 9 times. I've watched Grey's Anatomy like 7 times, and like that's a lot of seasons. Like it's brutal. Yeah. I recently like watched a couple seasons of 24, like like when it's in real time, which I find really interesting. And it's one of those where like you binge watch one season at a time. And I think I literally took a 3-year break in between seasons because it was just like actually like heavy. Like it was like so stressful. Like it wasn't heavy, but like, you know, just on the edge of my seat.
24 is intense, but to call back to everything, most of that cast is Canadian, so you should be feeling very proud about 24's cast.
Yeah. Also, speaking of Canadians, Vampire Diaries, banging show, so good. I watched that on tour last year. Yeah. There's too many good ones. I just love them all. I love TV so much. I get into little television holes and I just never get out. It's so dangerous.
Well, hopefully we'll be seeing some sync licensing placements from this new album in film and television.
If my song ever gets on Grey's Anatomy, I'll literally die. Like in a good way though. Like I'll just go die because why would I ever live again? Like it's my dream. Shonda Rhimes is Scandal. Just honestly, can Shonda Rhimes produce everything, please? Like honestly, like the casting, she's so good. I just love her so much.
Did Shonda Rhimes do that Anna Delvey thing on Netflix?
I don't think so. I know she did Bridgerton. Oh, sorry, the piano. I know she did Bridgerton, and I swear she did something else recently that was really good. I don't know who did that. I didn't watch that though. Was it good? Did you watch it?
It was very good. It the truth of what really happened? No, but it was entertaining. That's
okay. Yeah, I don't know about the truth or the TV, so maybe I'll find out both.
Well, Victoria, thank you for your time. Hope to see you live in New York in the near future. I'm really looking forward to everything that's come. Congratulations on this record.
Thank you. Yeah, me too. I hope to see you as well.
Paltrocast.